It is great to have you back here at Coin Lady channel. The time to purchase Shiba Inu currency has passed, dudes. Now that Shiba has recently begun to trend upward, I've been getting a lot of inquiries like, is it too late to buy? Or am I going to have enough money to buy a new coin? After which I'd advise them to either sell their current currency and buy another one. We will discuss the present situation of Shiba, important news, and upcoming events that may have a major impact on the price of Shiba Inu coin. The video might end up becoming timeless. So, you could be looking at this in a few months and see a completely different pricing. Avoid expressing your anger towards me in the comments area. Just like the price of sheep, the price of cryptocurrency can surge by 4.5 times its value before plunging by 45%. This kind of extreme volatility is typical of the cryptocurrency market. You should be aware of this before you begin. The cryptocurrency market is very volatile, especially for those who are just starting out. However, there is also a great deal of room for substantial profit. So, what I'm going to ask of him is that you smile at me, spread positive energy, hit the like button, and then we can do the Shiba shake. The Shiba Inu coin price is at 402,809, climbing 3.6% during that particular day. A Shiba Inu, as you can see, made that tremendous ascent from below the 1,000 level all the way up to 4,500, which occurred in late February or early March, and then it began to retrace, with a current level of approximately 38% during the past 4 weeks. Coincidentally, this occurred at the same moment that Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, before retracing to 74,000 and now sitting at 65,000. As a result, there was a huge surge in the cryptocurrency market, particularly for meme coins, and a subsequent decline in Shiba. After all, we're back to the time continuum now, aren't we? Would you recommend Chabane at this moment? I see. We will, of course, highlight this and discuss it briefly toward the video's conclusion. So, don't stop watching till the very end. Right now, we're in a spot where her knowledge may be around 4 times, if not less, approximately 3,000. Thus, 480 to 800 was the all-time high, right? Or 8,800 would be good options. Am I correct? There was no higher point than that. You know, the Shiba still requires, like, what percentage? Probably about 200% to reach its all-time high. I take it that means it's still off a considerable quantity. Nearly all of the top 20 cryptocurrencies are located there. As a result, Bitcoin was close, but it retreated slightly. The price of Ether is poised to return to its all-time high of 4,700. As an example, at the moment Ethereum requires approximately 44% from the list of options. BNB seems to be the one that comes closest, which, by the way, is quite near to its peak and may reach it at any moment. So, it's down almost 23% from its all-time high. Then there's Solana, which has been absolutely insane, skyrocketing from $9 to over $200 in a matter of days, at 176. Though, it's around 45% right now. So, as an example, let's look at Doge. Lots of people will compare it to Dogecoin and SHIBA in an effort to predict which cryptocurrency would thrive during the current bull market. Even further away, Doge still has a 326% climb to its all-time high. Therefore, she was currently in a better position than if she hadn't been. But Boehner still has a long way to go before it reaches its peak. With any luck, a good week like the one we witnessed in late February or early March will propel her to that level. When she was at these levels, she hardly knew anyone. October of the year 2021. During that time, it took around 1,617 days to reach its all-time highs, which was rather longer than expected. Keep in mind that this was transpiring during the twilight of the bull market. Indeed, the bull market is only beginning. Are we not only approximately 26 days away? The blocks, and not the time, determine everything. Some have speculated that around April 20th, I've seen predictions ranging from a few days before to a few days after Bitcoin would have its first ever halving event. Who would have thought? Bernina was born following the preceding event. Therefore, it is not related to her per se. You might claim the rewards are going down. but there's 50% less, right? It gets cut in half when half blocks are issued. The market tends to go on a major swing after the halving. Not immediately, but a few months later. Consequently, mining profits have dropped, and in the past, they have been the ones to drive up the price. Plus, they would rather not lose half their income. So, obviously, a price increase is the only way to recoup those losses. That, in turn, generates interest in shopping, which in turn generates FOMO, which in turn generates, well, you get the picture. Plus, she might not be in the right, as we haven't seen her. Since I have already done movies discussing Doge, it will be fascinating to watch what occurs next, even if she is knowledgeable and referenced. The comment section was not very fond of it. Nonetheless, I did make note of Doge's actions in 2017 and 2020, noting that it was among the select few to rank in the top 20 both years. The enormous 3 million shares she bought into would lead her to behave similarly, in my opinion. By Nina. I see, and thus far, we have seen it. We are not at the peak. Once again, naturally, she has the potential to tumble off the charts or be overtaken by new cryptos that break into the top 15 or top 20. Indeed, that may be an option. Maybe she is the one who holds onto this price until the bull market in cryptocurrencies comes to a close at 16 billion. I don't know. Every single one of the other top 20 lists has a value of 30, 40, 50 billion. Also, it could be the case. Is it too late to make a purchase at this point? Was she Boehner? The question is well posed. Am I correct? And it's a philosophical question. Therefore, it's all right. All right. Let me tell you why. You know, it's never too late if you're day trading, isn't it? Why? Because there are two ways to generate money, going up and going down. Am I correct? You could remark. Okay, she beat me. If you've been swing trading for a few weeks and are now riding a wave of good momentum, you can see that CI Boehner had a pleasant upward trend here, up 20%, about 20% in the last 4 days, after falling to the low of 2,300. If we examine the stochastic falls, we can observe that it is at the bottom, and one could think, all right, here is a chance for everything to come back. We may be looking at a window of opportunity here for a price increase. You could equally argue that Boehner was moving in the opposite direction. You may say this is a potential case of short selling, because, once again, I have no idea what the future price of SHIBA will be. It is also something that could happen. You will have seen this video by then. You can just look at the graph, the history, and the momentum to attempt to predict where it's going to go. I have no idea what tomorrow's price will be. I am not a prophet. Its ultimate destination is a mystery to me. The time is always right to start day trading or swing trading. What you're aiming to achieve and the route you're taking determine this. I see. There is always time for that. Well, that concludes our video. As always, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe and leave a comment with your opinions. Muchas gracias. Depart.